Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Thank you. Thumbs up. Oh, that's better. Thank you. Well, it's great to see everyone out here on this beautiful San Diego morning. We invite our speakers up. Thank you.
What do you need? I need you to turn it off so I can. All right, thank you. Sorry, you guys.
Oh, did I move it?
No, you're fine.
Okay, here, let me move over here a little bit so it's clear. Thank you.
We're off. Yo? Okay, we're off. Yeah, keep it off. I'll take it. You need it? You want me to get it back? Yep, I'm good. I can just hold on to it now. Yeah.
We're about to start.
I got to tea.
Oh, there. Okay, so we're going to call this meeting to order, this press conference to order. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. My name is Catherine Blakespear, and it's my great honor to serve as both the mayor in the city of Encinitas and the chair of SANDAG. And this is a really thrilling project that we are here today to celebrate and commemorate and recognize its importance. So the Pershing Bikeway will provide a convenient way for people to connect from the residential neighborhoods that you see all around you here and the vibrant business districts of North Park to the regional destinations and employment hubs of downtown San Diego. So once this transformational project is complete, there will be a protected two-way bikeway and a separated dedicating path for walking. This bikeway will be an asset for decades to come and generations to come. And I want to recognize that I know this because SANDAG built one of these projects in my city, in the city of Encinitas. And the protected bikeway that allows people to be safe from cars, to bike, to walk, to have their dogs and strollers, and to be with their friends, to be on a walk, to have a walker, to go at a whole range of speeds, has been transformational for our city. And I'm so grateful for SANDAG's leadership in saying that this was a really important thing to prioritize and put in throughout this county. And when I walk on our coastal rail trail in Encinitas, and I look at all the people using it and enjoying public space that did not exist like that before, it fills my heart. I just think this is the reason that we do this kind of public service and we build these projects. Because you see that people are using it to go places outside of their car that they used to drive. And people are transporting themselves from a downtown, in my city it's downtown Cardiff to downtown Encinitas, and those are trips that were not happening before. And so it allows our city to be accessible to people. It allows them to enjoy the city, the outdoors, to boost their physical health and their mental health, to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. I mean, there is literally no downside to it. But regardless, these projects can be hard to get off the ground. And so I want to recognize that they're really important that we do. And we see success in other parts of the county, and this project will be that exact thing, but bigger and more, because it's connecting to downtown San Diego, which, as we know, is just a substantial city in this country. I mean, it's really important that we're able to connect our downtown San Diego to all of these surrounding neighborhoods. So that future for the Pershing Bikeway is something I can't wait to cut the ribbon on. So I know we're starting it today, and we'll be cutting the ribbon on that remarkable project soon. See, there's a supporter right there cheering us on from the road.
Come on.
This project also, I just want to put it in context. So it's part of SANDAG's Regional Bike Plan Early Action Program. So what that is it's a network of these high quality bikeways and complete streets that make connections for people who are biking and walking. And it's really important to recognize that bikeway, which means it's protected from cars. So it's not just a painted bike lane. It's a bike lane that has a physical barrier so that a car cannot get into the bike lane. Because we want to have people of all ages and abilities who feel comfortable having a convenient way to get around. This is a key priority for SANDAG as we begin our newly adopted regional plan. So the regional plan looks forward 30 years and says, how do we want to be able to get around in this county in 2050? And part of that is to have a lot more of these connected bikeways. So I'm very proud that we were able to put this plan together. We're also breaking ground on a modern border crossing for the San Diego, Baja California region and identifying funds to move the Los San rail corridor off the bluffs, Those are two other major projects that are in our regional plan. Working with partners all over the region, we're also bridging the digital divide and advancing $6 million to accelerate housing production throughout the region. We're making transit more affordable and accessible for everyone, and SANDAG is ready to hit the ground running and deliver these key projects and programs for our region. So this groundbreaking is just the beginning of a very exciting year ahead for SANDAG. Of course, here in January, we're looking forward to all the other things we'll be doing throughout the rest of this year, and for our regional bike network. So in the next few months, SANDAG will open 11 miles of new bikeways, and we expect to break ground on more than 19 miles across the region by the end of the year. We have spent many years doing the planning and engineering and design that's required to break ground. So I know at times there's been some concern about the delay, but you have to do all that pre-work in order to start the construction, and we're just now at that stage, which is a great place to be. So we're so grateful for the commitment of the City of San Diego and Caltrans, who are both joining us this morning. And I want to recognize that SANDAG is a partner that needs other partners. So cities have land use authority, and we want to work with the willing. So that means that we need cities who have professional staff and elected leadership who also believe in this vision, so that we can build these projects and deliver them more quickly. So we're really grateful to have the City of San Diego as a partner on this great project and many other projects, so that we're able to accomplish those goals. So with that, I'd like to hand it over to our great mayor, Todd Gloria of the City of San Diego.
Thank you, Chair Blake Spear. I tell you, this is a tough gig, but working with Blake Spear is one of the best part of the job. And she does a wonderful job, both for her home city of Encinitas, but for our region as the chair of our board. And as she said, I'm Todd Gloria. I'm proud to be the mayor of this great city, but I'm also proud to be the vice chair of SANDAG, working to help support the leadership of Chair Blake Spear as we move to try and make this a better region for all of us. I'm pleased to be here today to witness the groundbreaking of this extremely important bikeway project for the City of San Diego and for the broader San Diego region. The Pershing Bikeway project is a big step toward creating a better, and I would point out safer, city for all of us, particularly for those who choose to get around our city outside of a car. This includes those who choose to walk or to bike in this important corridor. This project will not, as I've mentioned already, not just serve the people of the City of San Diego, but people who come to visit our beautiful city of San Diego. As the chair mentioned, and as I'll point out further, this is a very interesting area. It's a very important area. You have key destinations like the Naval Medical Center, not far from here. Downtown San Diego, a major job center for our region. Some of our city's most historic neighborhoods. And I must point out, we are standing at the edge of our city's crown jewel, Balboa Park, that welcomes millions of visitors every single year. This is a really key intersection. This is a really key pathway. This is a really key part of our city and our region. And it's not isolated by itself. This is a part of a connected network that really must be pointed out. Because not far from here, just south of us, we have the C Street cycle track, which is a major part of the City of San Diego's downtown mobility plan. We also have near here the Landis Bikeway, a SANDAG project that is nearly complete, connecting the communities of North Park and City Heights. And of course, not far from here is the 30th Street Bikeway, which was completed just last year. These are independent projects that are coming together to create a cohesive network that really says you can be safe when you choose to travel around this community on your bicycle. We live in an interesting time. The world is changing, our climate is changing, and it's really incumbent upon us to make sure that we're doing what we can to give people safer and more sustainable ways to get about their community. And I would say that we owe it to ourselves, to our children, and to our children's children to make sure that we're building a sustainable network that works for folks. We have to be brave and we have to be bold. I'll acknowledge that some folks don't like these projects until they're built, because they see what comes on the back end of this is not just added safety, which, let's be clear, we're talking about people's lives, but we're talking about economic vitality. I was reminiscing on the way up here. 15, 16 years ago, I knocked on my first doors for office in this neighborhood. This neighborhood has evolved substantially in that period of time. And what I know about North Park is that this really is an all-inclusive community. It's a community, we have beautiful historic structures alongside bright, beautiful new modern structures. You have diverse community members of all colors, of all races, of all economic classes, of all sexual orientations. This is a welcoming community. And as it's embraced that vision of both economic commerce and arts and culture, as you have people of all manners of upbringing. His mom should probably call him. This neighborhood's gotten better. It's gotten better. And with the introduction of more modes of mobility, I think this neighborhood will continue to get better. And so I just want to point out that we will do all that we can to support these efforts at making sure that this neighborhood continues to thrive and other neighborhoods in the city continue to thrive. Projects under the last administration at the city could take projects like this and have them take 28 months or more to get entitled. We're not doing that in 6 months or less. I will tell you that I'm proud that in 2021 alone, the city approved 8 of SANDAG's projects, spanning more than 17 miles of protected bikeways and pedestrian infrastructure across our city. And as Mayor Blakesberg mentioned, we have to be, as a city, a better partner to those that we work with, because our vision is to make sure that we have a network that works for all ages and all abilities. I'm talking people as young as 8 to as old as 80. Those are the folks that we need to build a network that works for, not just for those of us that are adult, able-bodied with a lot of options. This is why I've allocated over $1 million in our city's current budget to create the safe and sustainable transportation for all ages and abilities team. My favorite new acronym, STAT team. That's the urgency we're bringing to this work. And they're gonna focus on making sure that our protected bikeways are long, contiguous corridors, filling some of the existing gaps that all of our cyclists out there well know. You know, you got a protected bikeway for a bit and then it just stops, and that's not ideal. We're gonna look at upgrading class 2 bikeways, which are painted stripes, into class 4 bikeways, which are protected by barriers, which you know exponentially increases the likelihood of people feeling comfortable going about their day. In 2021, we saw, as I mentioned, the opening of the 30th Street Bikeway that has protected cyclists on that key corridor. We've also opened a protected bikeway on a portion of Washington Street, and of course, here along Pershing with temporary measures. I think I have to just mention the obvious. We know that some of these efforts are in response to horrible fatalities, tragic deaths in our communities. I want to really acknowledge that. I want to honor and mourn those that we've lost, recognizing that we have to do more of these projects because, as I've stated multiple times, this is about safety. Folks can choose to argue whatever they want on bike lanes or whatever, but no one is free to be able to say that this is not about protecting people's lives, which is exactly what this work is about. And what I will tell you is that these areas where we've implemented these improvements, we have seen ridership increase by almost 300%. So it just tells you, this is the headline, guys, if you give San Diegans a safe alternative, they'll use it. And so we have to give them more of these opportunities. That's what my administration, working with SANDAG, working with Caltrans, and working with so many of our advocates who are here, we will do. San Diego deserves safe and affordable transportation options, and I thank all of you who have been in this work for a very long time on this project, on other projects. Your persistence is driving change. None of these things are done overnight, but if we stay at the table and continue to insist upon change, it surely will come. I thank the members of SANDAG's team who work on this. I thank all the contractors, the partners, the agencies that are making this work, and I'm thrilled to share this milestone with all of you today. With that, as the mayor said, I'm going to continue that theme of partnership. You got SANDAG, you got the city, now you have Caltrans. And Caltrans has a big responsibility, and this is a reminder, our director here in San Diego knows full well it ain't just about freeways, everybody. It's about making sure we have a connected network that works for more folks. I'm grateful to have his leadership as the head of Caltrans District 11. Would you please put your hands together for Director Gustavo Diana.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Gloria. As the mayor said, my name is Gustavo Galarda. I'm the Caltrans District 11 Director here. And I want to thank SANDAG, the City of San Diego, and the bike advocates for having me here today. What a great way to start 2022. This is a safety project, like the mayor mentioned, and it will protect bicycle and pedestrians from cars. And also will help meet our goals of providing access with a connection from Balboa Park and the mid-city communities north of Balboa Park all the way to downtown San Diego. This project grows the state transportation network beyond simply building highways and roads and moving towards an active transportation network. It is a critical component of the regional bike network and consistent with the San Diego Regional Bike Plan, the City of San Diego Climate Action Plan, Vision Zero, and the Bicycle Master Plan. It is also consistent with state plans to develop more comfortable connections intersecting our facilities. As the mayor pointed out, this is also a great example of partnerships and coordination between SANDAG our Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee, and Caltrans to create better bicycle pedestrian connectivity across and through the I-5 interchange in this area and getting you where you want to go. We're honored to have had the opportunity to work on this project by guiding through the engineering and permitting, as well as working with the Federal Highway Administration and the City of San Diego to relinquish a portion of the state right-of-way to build this project. But Caltrans can do more. Locally, we're working on an active transportation plan to identify bicycle and pedestrian needs and prioritize projects that will be either parallel to or across the state highway system, with a focus on removing barriers, closing gaps, and building complete networks. The State Climate Action Plan for Transportation Infrastructure guides Caltrans actions and should result in maximizing use of the existing system and help shift away from just using single cars and providing more alternatives to people that want to bike and walk. Let me bring up for a second the governor's draft budget that came out in January. The governor's budget includes a transportation infrastructure package that covers a variety of transportation infrastructure improvements with one-time funding from the general fund. There's $750 million in the governor's plan towards active transportation and connecting communities. This will transform the transportation system and support carbon-free transportation options. Specifically, the funding includes $500 million for transportation projects that will clear some of the backlog from approved high-scoring projects that couldn't be funded before just because of lack of money. There's another $150 million to reconnect communities. This is part of the Highways to Boulevard pilot program, which would inform the future conversion of key underutilized highways into multimodal corridors that will serve existing residents by developing affordable housing and also including complete streets features. And finally, there is $100 million for bicycle and pedestrian safety projects that will be allocated through the Highway Safety Improvement Program with a 50-50 state and local split. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. And I look forward to working with everyone to fully build out the regional bike plan and the bicycle master plan. So I look forward to getting that budget approved and getting all that funding towards active transportation. Thank you very much. And next I would like to introduce one of our partners, Andy Henshaw, the Executive Director from the San Diego Bike Coalition. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here today representing bicyclists, and a special shout out to those who rode here today, like myself, and it's just good to have everybody here on this significant day. I'm pleased to be here today to mark the significant milestone in the growing network of connected and protected bikeways in our region. This highly anticipated project represents the type of bikeway we've been striving for all across the region, as it will not only provide a significant safety improvement, but it is exactly the type of bikeway that will attract so many people of all ages and abilities who want to ride more often to commute and move safely around our communities. This project will not only provide safe bicycling, but it'll also feature other traffic calming elements and a dedicated walking path for people to enjoy. It's a remarkable project, and I want to thank SANDAG and the City of San Diego for your continued commitment and follow-through on an evolving world-class regional bike network. I would also like to thank Mayor Gloria for your leadership and staunch support for sustainable mobility options, and also for taking action to provide the interim protected bike lane that is here today that has made a significant safety impact. This bikeway serves as a bridge for so many people in our community to connect us safely to where we live and the places we want to go, and we look forward to its completion. Let's continue to invest in safety and sustainability for everyone now and for generations of San Diegans to come. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much to our great speakers and leaders. And now I'd like to invite you all to join me with the shovels back here for the ceremonial groundbreaking of this project. And I'd also like to invite Kyle from Bike SD and SANDAG CEO Hassan to join us with the shovels. Thank you.
Send you the video I got.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Anticipated project represents the type of
Oh, this is how old it's going to look like. Yeah. All back.